Hey.
Hey, all right, everyone, welcome back to Brick Dynasty Live. Uh, Tonight, we have to get our Nerd Bingo cards out because we're going to completely cover them. Tonight's guest has had her hand in everything video games, comics, cosplay, magazines, conventions, and
Movies, TV, film.
somehow you found the time to be a two-time Lego Master champion,
Yeah.
which is just unbelievable.
Thank you.
Welcome, Crystal.
Thank you. Hi. Yes, I have the other trophy in the trophy case over here. We just did an amazing event at Bricks and Minifigs in Frisco, Texas. So I brought the trophy out for the kids to, you know, touch, see, play with.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Is the trophy glued?
Yeah, but the kids, as you can see, totally did break this one. I shouldn't let them hold it as much as I do, but like it's Lego. If it does break, guess what? You can fix it. So this one needs to be glued. I had a kid totally break it in I think we were at the Mushroom Festival in Pennsylvania. So I was there right before we went to Denmark and whoopsies. It's fine. We have the parts. I'll glue it. It'll be fine. Be great. Be great.
Do they make you build your own trophy?
Hilarious. That would, everyone thinks like when I bring those to places, people are like, "Oh, you did such an amazing job." I'm like, "No, no, no. I won this from building something else." So, yeah. So a lot of people think we built them, but that would be awesome. Honestly, like if they were like, "Here are the instructions. Build it yourself." I think I'd be like, "That is the coolest set ever." Honestly, I think I would really appreciate that. So
Where was it? I think it was Walmart last year, or the year before. If you bought, I don't know, $200 worth of stuff, it was like their version of a GWP was a miniature Lego Masters trophy.
oh, I think I have that one. Was it this one? I don't know if it was this one. I added
Um,
the heart. The
yeah, I
heart
was
was
going
all
to say
mine.
that definitely wasn't part of it. Yeah, that looks right.
Cool.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
you would have that.
I thought that was great. That was like, I think we bought like 30 or 40 of those. And I wish I had kept more, but we did an event with a bunch of kids and they got to build them. And I was like, I'm going to snag one for me.
So you've done a ton of work with kids at this point, right? It sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a
How did
lot.
that start?
So fun fact, it actually started when I was in like seventh, eighth, ninth grade. I think like eighth and ninth grade, maybe 10th grade even. So maybe it's 10th grade. Like 10th grade, I was with a bunch of like my friends that were like my friends and like, when we were really young, they started doing activities that I did not want to be a part of. And I went to my dad and I was like, "Hey, I think my friend group is like not really like the friend group that I need right now." And I was so fortunate that my dad actually listened to me and like heard me. And he was like, "All right." Like, I told him, I was like, I don't want to be with my friends on weekends anymore. And I was like, I need a new group of friends. And so my dad and I started volunteering for what was then called the ARC group. So it's like, it's for adults with special needs. And so we started bowling with adults with special needs like every Saturday for like all of like most of 10th grade. And it was just really awesome. And then we started doing their parties. So they had like a Valentine's Day, Halloween, and Christmas party every year, and we went and we were like, this is so sad. Like there was like no decorations, like it wasn't very cool, and I just felt like really bad for the attendees. And so the first time we went, and so I actually got with a lot of some of my friends and we found some different friend groups, which is great. And we all started going and volunteering at the dances. So, like a bunch of my girlfriends and I would like go, and then we would like dance with everyone, and the dance floor just became so much more lively. And we started going like an hour and a half early. And my dad and I would go to Party City, and we'd spend like hundreds of dollars on like party supplies, and we'd just go in and like decorate everything out. And it was just really, it became like really magical. And actually, my first job after getting out of Texas A&M, I just kind of randomly I don't even know how it happened. Like, I lived by my possibilities and I would see students walking around my neighborhood And I was like, what is this? And then I just went in and talked to them, and I was graduating. And at the time, I was working for a video game company here in Dallas. And it was good, but like, I don't know, I just had like a calling to go to this place. And I became an art teacher for my possibilities for like, I think 2 years. And and my possibilities is an amazing school here in Dallas that is for adults with special needs. And it was just fantastic. I was like the full-time art teacher, but I also ran a comic club and for comic books. And then I also ran the Lego classes. So it was like Lego therapy. And we did that like once a week. And then once a month, I was streaming on Twitch at the time as well, and I had like a small following online. And so once a month, we would raise money to buy like 20 or 25 Lego sets for my students. That way they could not only build them, but also keep them. And we would get like the $15 sets. And back then, the $15 sets, you got a lot more for $15. And yeah, we just were able to do that for years. And then even when I left my possibilities to go work on TV and film, I came back once a month to teach the Lego classes, and the comic book classes, which, got less and less as time went on. And I still do stuff with them for North Texas Giving Day, every year. So yeah.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
Super fun. Love that community. That community is like super, super, super close to me. And in fact, every December, we're starting it now on Twitch. We do Twitch Angels. So you were a kid. You remember the 1900s, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So we were going to the mall, and they had the angels on the tree, and you could adopt an angel, and then on the back of the angel thing, it would say like what you needed to get for that person. So every Christmas we do Twitch Angels, and this year we have 5 so far, and they're all single mothers. And this year they just all happen to have children with autism.
Wow.
Yeah, except for one. One of the moms has 2 daughters, and I don't think either of them are autistic, but her husband died this year, and she's having a rough time. So I know. So our Twitch Angels are there, and we are already starting. So yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were doing Lego classes then, and that was a few minutes ago, right?
That was, many moons ago.
Yep. Okay.
Few rotations around the sun.
So your Lego history is pretty strong then, to have some Lego time under your belt.
I do.
Has it been a consistent thing your entire life?
Oh no, I definitely went through a dark age for sure. I think my dark ages probably started, I don't know, maybe around 9th grade, and then 11th grade, I moved out to the ranch, and I didn't take any Lego to the ranch. All the Lego stayed at my dad's house, which I didn't have like much. In fact, it's really hard to see, but this little section right here is my first Lego set. It's the Johnny Thunder Egyptian Pharaoh's Quest sets. I love those. Those are great. Those are the first sets I had, not my first Lego, my first like sets. My first Lego was a hand-me-down from my older cousin, and I think we just found out. For years, I was trying to I just thought it was pirates, but I think it was actually that weird, super crazy 90s mashup, like the Time Cruisers. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Yeah, I think it was actually that, because I recently, where is it? I'm like, is it easy to get to? It's not easy to get to. But I just got like a Time Cruisers like in the box, and I'm like, oh my God, I remember all these pirates as a kid. I was like, oh my God, I think this is what my cousin gave me. So yeah, that would be like my first introduction to Lego would be, and that's why I think I love the older sets, because I had the pieces from them. So the older sets are my faves, and Pirates and Islander sets are by far superior in my mind than like anything else. So yeah.
Okay, so during your dark ages, did you just have life as a normal kid, or did you pick up other fandoms in between there, or where did that go?
I was a cowgirl.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a hot pink, actually Barbie pink. I took my Barbie box to the painter and I said, please match it to this. So it was Barbie pink. It was a Dodge Ram 1978 pickup truck with baby blue leather seats. And I was like, I did barrel racing in the rodeo, and I had like a pet deer, a pet raccoon, lots of cows, bulls, four-wheelers. So I was like actually not like, I wasn't on the internet. Like I was very much like outside like all day. So
Wow.
like in the like fishing, we had the creek run through our property. So like I was constantly like fishing, and we had like you know, the floaters, the tubers come down. So I would just like walk down there and like, you know, that life. So yes, I think that's why I can get along with so many people. Like I just moved schools like every year or two. I think I went to like 7 schools, and yeah, I'm very fluid. I'm a very fluid person. What's up? By the way, sorry, Jenny's in the comments. Hello, Jenny. I love you. She's one of our book club girls. Jenny, you're amazing. Howdy.
That's Texas Trekkie girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, everyone else. Good to see you guys.
Hi, chat.
A lot of familiar faces in here. It's awesome.
What's up, Smoky Smokes? How are you?
Yeah. Okay, so because it's going to come up eventually, I will just ask now because seeing Smokey reminds me of that. You doing Brick World this year? Chicago.
So funny you said that.
Well, technically next year, I suppose.
Yeah. So my buddy Ryan, who I build with in Los Angeles, we might go, but that's if we're gonna like display our mock that we're building right now there. I don't know if we're gonna go or not. I think like the hotel's probably already sold out, I would assume. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it might be.
I know. I suck at that.
Pretty likely anyway. Yeah.
I'm literally the worst. Like I'm the worst with booking and things like that. I didn't go last year because it's always on Father's Day and my dad's getting really old. And I went to Camp Mystic as a kid and like always missed Father's Day with him. And so I went to Brick World for like 3 years in a row, and it felt kind of like that same, like, you know, like I just felt bad for him. So I asked my dad, I was like, do you want to go with me this year? Like he would not appreciate it at all.
No.
And I think we would have to get him like a little wheelchair or something. I don't think he could walk all of that. So he's got a bad knee. So in Brick World, you're going to be doing a lot of walking.
So
we'll see.
If he ends up coming, I'll spend some time with him. I'll push him around for you.
Nice. He's a lot.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you going? I assume you're going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you already have your mock planned out? Are you with a group?
No.
What are y'all doing?
No. I'm going to be there roaming about.
With no mock?
Part. Yep. No mock.
Oh my God.
We have some other business stuff we're going to work on there.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. I feel like so much pressure to bring something to show at Brick World. Last year, or the last year I went, like literally 2 weeks before Brick World, I was like, oh my God, I need to build something. What am I going to build? And they were going to release the Galaxy, the Milky Way thing, like the week or two after Brick World. And so I was like, I'm going to make the Galaxy 5 times the size. And I did that in 2 weeks. And it was like massive. And I don't even know how that worked. I don't even know how I set it up. Like I had never done a mosaic like that. It was so shoddy and janky. And like looking back, I'm just like, oh, but we did it and it was fun. So, you know.
So you mentioned that anyone who hasn't seen it, when you were on with Shy, when you were on Sauce, sitting on a stoop, whatever, I'm fairly certain you were the only person to ever make him blush on the show.
Oh Lord, probably.
And it was amazing.
What did I say?
You were talking about finding the special spot in your galaxy.
Oh, hilarious! I forgot I even did that. I did do that. It's on there. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Shai is a great interviewer. He sticks to his mission and he's got everything dialed in. And man, he couldn't even remember what direction he was going after
I
that.
love that.
It was
I love that.
phenomenal.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was an accident, but then we were like, that looks like that. That's great. We're just going to leave
Yeah.
it. Happy accident. Happy trees.
Yeah. It's.
Good
I think
stuff.
you might have got him twice during that.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Oh, talking about being a Star Trek and Star Wars fan.
Oh, yeah. Go both ways. Yeah.
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 He didn't know what to do there either.
Yeah.
Yep. Professional.
Yeah. In fact, Trekkie Girl and I do Star Trek Vegas. We did Star Trek Vegas. I think I did Star Trek Vegas for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. And then I know Jenny still goes a lot. So I used to be one of like the Vanna White girls, like the stage presenters.
Wow.
Yeah. So we just brought the celebrities out in costume, presented them. Sometimes we danced with them. Sometimes we did weird stuff with them. It was fun. But yeah, I did that for like 5 years. I loved it. I've met everyone from every single series. So I've got a huge Star Trek and Star Wars history with work and personal love. So yeah.
So Star Trek, that comes from your dad, is that right?
That's true. Yeah, my mother was a Jedi. My father is a Trekkie. Yeah. Yeah, the Star Wars is my mom. My mom was a massive Star Wars fan. My dad was a massive, like, autistic Trekkie. So, yeah, I got a touch of the tism, more ADHD, but obviously there's tism somewhere in here. So, yeah. Yeah.
Was there conflict between them? I mean, specifically with the family.
They divorced for sure.
Well,
yeah.
I'm going to guess that wasn't because of a Trek verse.
It wasn't. It wasn't the
situation.
No, it wasn't. But but yeah. Growing up, I would have said Star Wars was far superior. I think now that I'm older, and I'm not counting like disco at all, but Jenny, don't get mad at me. But I would say that, like, I don't know, they're both superior in like their own ways, right? So, and it really depends on your mood that day. Like, are you feeling more, and especially like with the political climate, I think Andor is like one of the best series that has come out the last. So good. And people who don't like it, I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
it's weird.
I don't know. That's weird. You're weird. But I think that, I think having that like piece of rebellion in your heart is extremely important. I was never dark side. I think 501st people are like super weird. You can quote me on that. I don't mind. But I'm like, you missed the point. I don't think we saw the same movie. But yeah.
That's awesome.
I should take it you're a rebellion, or you're an Imperial dude.
No.
You're a Jedi.
So,
God,
yeah,
rebellion. At least a rebellion. You don't have to be a Jedi.
I can't get to that point with basically anything. I like to just watch things, really enjoy them, and then not think about them again until I'm going to watch them again.
Oh, weird. I mean,
Yeah,
I get that.
That's with pretty much everything.
Yeah, I do that, but not on purpose.
As I move on, it's like next time I watch it, it's like I'm watching it for the first time all over again.
Oh, did you also have brain surgery?
No, I'm just like, yeah, we're all out there somewhere. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't think we're at that point in the story yet, but yeah, let's talk about that too.
Oh, is there like a list of things to go down?
Well, you have so much.
Good luck wrangling me.
Yeah, like in my head, it was like, all right, so we're gonna have some kind of timeline, but it's like every little topic is so fun. Let's just
ADD. Good luck. We'll circle back to it all eventually, you know. If you'd like, we can talk about the hat story first. You want to do the hat
Yes,
story?
yeah.
You want to do that first?
Let's talk about
Okay.
that story.
Let's talk about the hat story. So, and Jenny, I do need to see all of Strange New Worlds. I see you. I see you. So, if you guys are familiar with the classic space blue hat, it was a VIP rewards thing. I got not one, not two, but 3 of them. Yes, I did. I like begged them for more because my cousin really wanted one, and like they had like 0 rewards points. So I actually got 3 of them, gave one to my cousin, and then gave another one to my friend, and then I kept the last one. And I like love it. I have a tiny head, I guess. I don't know, but I love it so much, and I've been wearing it for like 3 years. And I was sailing in California 2 weeks ago, and it came off and landed in the ocean. And it wasn't like the outer ocean, it was like inside the marina, which is like very dirty, gross water. It's like where all the boats like dump their stuff, and like you don't want to get in that water. Like you don't want to get in that water, you know? And I was like, no. And my friend tried to get it. We like got the net out, and we circled the boat like 3 times trying to catch it. And then the last time the boat ran over it, which just pushed it down. And I was like, no. And I was like, I don't even think that's on the VIP thing anymore. Like you can't even get that anymore. How do I know? I called Lego 3 times. I talked to 3 different people. Was like, please, you don't understand. And they were like, the last guy was like, you know what? You can get it on Bricklink. And so I went to Bricklink, and it's only like $20 or $35 depending on who you get it from. But I also made like a little post, and I was like, does anybody have an extra? Because it's like the Lego community. Like we're hoarders, right? Like someone's gotta have it. And my Lego fairy godfather, his name is Ted Andes. If you guys do not know who he is, he has like one of the best builds at Brickworld every year. It's new build every year. He's fantastic. Ted Andes is just honestly like, oh, you guys don't even understand how much he has single-handedly done for me in the Lego community. And he messaged me and he was like, yo, I have that hat and my head's too big for it, and it's just sitting here doing nothing, so I'm going to send it to you. And I was like, oh my God, it's so much more magical coming from you. Like, I can't even. And I met Ted at Brickworld 4 or 5 years ago. It was right after season 1 came out, and I didn't have a mock because it was my first time, so that was my excuse. And they did the giant like Hiroshima, the new Hiroshima. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? This build like broke every record in the book. I think there were 78 people from like all over the like globe. I can't remember how many, or maybe it was 78 countries. I don't know. It was wild. And there's like this really cool like Elvira eye that I was like drawn to, and I went up there, and there was like this little carton of like these 2 little girls were selling. It was like a love carton. I don't know what he was trying to imply there. But it was like love and magic. And there was a little girl with pigtails, fairy wings, and a skirt. And then her other little friend had blue hair and like very like techno outfit on, which is like very Amy from season 1, my partner, and then me. And then we were selling like the most rainbowy, like girly things on this little thing. And I was like, that totally looks like us. And then someone was like, oh, Ted, she noticed. So Ted came around and he was like, I'm Ted. This is you and Amy. I built this. And they put it like dead smack in the center of the new Hiroshima. And I cried so hard because like the love from this community is just so strong. And sometimes it just hits you in like really strong ways. And I thought this was obviously it was like the coolest build in the entire room. I've never to date seen anything that tops this. And the fact that this guy who I'd never met before, Ted, like paid such an amazing like tribute to Amy and I on this thing was just honestly like it just made my little heart mushy, and I cried so hard. And then every year he's put me and Amy in the mock, and then he added my partner Michelle from Australia. And it was just he's just so talented and he's so cool. And last year 2 years ago, last time I was in Brickworld, he made me cry again because he gave me, so the new Hiroshima guys, they all got these really cool new Hiroshima jerseys for being part of this build. These jerseys are like really sick. If you guys are like Lego nerds, you've seen them at other conventions, I'm sure. And he gave it to me and I was like, what? This is crazy. So Ted is just like honestly so solid. And I told you earlier, I'm really bad at like signing up for things and conventions and all this stuff. And I think like 2 years ago, I forgot to sign up for Brick World because I was like, oh, they'll have my stuff. No, they didn't. And because I didn't register, that's my fault, not Brick World. And Ted like found me people to display with, found me like everything I need. He was just like, do there. And I was like, oh my God, this guy. And so I call him my Lego fairy godfather. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that was very long hat story.
Oh, that's great. All right. I'm glad that worked out. That's cool.
Me too.
And,
Me too.
Yeah, this community is it's unbelievable.
They're the best. It's insane. It's actually insane.
No. Now, because you've been a part of so many communities,
this is the best. No, it really is.
I want to keep everything positive here, so I won't ask for any negativity for the other stuff. I probably will. But do you compare them in your head? Like, oh man, it's whichever one would have done this. That kind of thing.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do, because I'm human. I can't help it. Yeah, I totally do. But I will be totally honest as well. And I've told the story on other podcasts too. I think I did it on Shies as well. I don't remember. But I was not like the Lego community at first was not like open arms for me, like at all. We were on season 1, right? So like it was a different feel. And I think during that time, and I will say, like, I think Lego has grown so much in the last 5 years. And I will say probably a lot of it does have to do with Lego Masters and it being mainstream now. And, I think that before Lego Masters, I definitely felt like not shame, but like my Kenner Star Wars toys were like collectibles, right? But Lego was still very much viewed as like a toy to, I would say, the majority of humans. And so I think that like after doing the show, I think it got a lot different. But I think a lot of the guys who are in the Lego, and there are a lot more females in the Lego community that I would say in the last 5 years, there have been a significant amount of girls, female builders. But when even on the show for season 1, I think that's one of the questions I think there was even on the show where they say there aren't like a lot of female builders. And Amy and I were like, not yet, which is really important for me. And I think that's why winning the global trophy in Australia with Michelle, like we were the first all female team to hoist a trophy, which is also really cool for me. But I didn't get like a super warm welcome from a lot of the guys and not, I would say like 2%, right? Like every community has their turd nuggets, and I feel like all the turd nuggets just came out and were like, wow, like to me immediately. I did cosplay, and so they were like, you're not a builder, like get out of here, like what do you like, who are you? And it was like a very much like a boys only club, and I was just like, ew, so I was honestly kind of scared going to Brick World. And so when Ted was so amazing and so nice to me, and not only Ted but Cody and Brian, the bearded builders, Brick Slopes. So Cody and Brian, who run Brick Slopes, were just so nice at Brick World. Like they completely just took me under their wing. And Jill, Brian's wife, is like this angel. And they like, as soon as I like clicked with them, like I just honestly didn't really feel any like anxiety from the community anymore, which was really nice for me. And I will say that I haven't had any negative anything in the Lego community since that first year of like it was the army guys. It was always like the Lego army guys who build like Lego armies. It was that crowd. It was that group. So I'm calling you guys out. You guys need to be nicer. But I haven't had any issues in years. And maybe it's because I show more Lego. Maybe it's because I like, do build more. I don't know. But
more street cred.
I guess. I got 2 trophies now, so shut up. I'm just kidding. But I also teach this in my Lego. I do a lot of Lego classes at Lego conventions, and one that I'm teaching, like kind of, I started at the end of this year and I'm going to be going through next year, is it's not Lego therapy, but it's relax, rebuild. And I do talk about that. I do talk about how I think a lot of mock builders have a lot of fear and anxiety when it comes to displaying your art, because I feel like, especially with Lego, you pour so much into these tiny little pieces and so much of your time and your artistic, process. And so when you show it, I think, like, even for me, I still get anxiety to show my stuff, hello there. And so
Hey,
I just think that, like, everyone deals with that, and we talk about that, and we talk about, like, how to kind of deal with it and how to let a lot of that go. So, yeah.
It's going to be tough to put all that time into it and essentially be building for you, at least at the start. And then it turns into, well, I guess I'm building for everybody else because you're bringing it there. And then, yeah.
Yeah. It gets tough, and I think a lot of kids, or like young adults, get really caught up, and even adults get really caught up in the trophies and, like, when or like the awards at these conventions. And I mean, I've seen people cry from not getting an award. And I told Brian and Cody, I was like, can y'all just make a Krystle Starr award? I would just like to win the Krystle Starr award every year. Thank you. I would like that. And they're like, you want us to make an award that for you to win? I was like, yes, that'd be great. Thanks.
The best at being you there's ever been.
Yes. Yes. So maybe next year I'll get it.
Well, if they make it and somebody else gets it, there's a real
I'll be
problem.
so pissed. I'll be like, Cody.
Now, comparing the Lego community to others, Lego community is going to be a lot more innocent in most ways. There's not as many creepy guys. I would.
There's really not. It's amazing.
think.
It's really amazing. Especially coming from, like, the cosplay industry. Because I did do a lot of, like, TV and film, but again, I was under so many NDAs that half the time I couldn't even talk about some of the projects until I would do it like 2 or 3 years ago, and then the movie would finally come out. Well, I'm so over it that I don't, and I didn't advertise it a lot on Instagram and stuff like that. So I feel like a lot of people just didn't even know. So a lot of people just associate me with cosplay, and yeah, the cosplay community gets really weird. That's why I don't really participate anymore, and I think that the Lego community is just extremely genuine, and we're all so ridiculously giving. And that's why, like, the tokens for me are such a huge part of a lot of the Lego conventions. If you guys don't know what tokens are, I'll, like, build one here. Tokens can be anything, like literally anything. I love them so much. Do you know what tokens are, sir? Of course.
Yes.
Of course you do. I'm like, let me see. I need a snot piece. Anyways, we'll just take this one. Do I have a token in the background? I do. Okay.
And she's off.
And she's off. So tokens are so incredible. And I learned this from Brick World. And I guess at Brick World, the original was a Gujik. So this was like one of the tokens I got at Brick World. Here's another one that's just so amazing. And I actually teach token classes now because I felt like the giving, the making, the giving, and the receiving of tokens was just such an incredible thing for our community. And I've really seen it grow a lot in the last 5 years. Because before I really only saw them at like a handful of shows. And now I feel like every show you go to, I feel like tokens are pretty prominent. And I think they're just so incredible because you build this and say you don't win a trophy, right? But you're still going to come home with like a handful of these little tokens that either your friends or people you don't even know, like, made for you, saying like, I appreciated your build. Like, this was cool, And I think for a lot of artists in general, I think that's just a really amazing thing to share. And, a lot of us spend a ton of money on these tokens and on Lego in general, but it's really nice. And, we're also the type of community where, for Brick Slopes last year, again, I started my mock like 4 days before I flew out because that's just how I do it. Otherwise, I'm not going to build a mock. Like I can't. I have to have fire. Otherwise, it doesn't get done. And I was missing one part for my pirate ship. And I put it on blast on Instagram. I was like, does anybody have this part? I need this one part to finish my entire mock. And Jack, the guy who designed the Ship in a Bottle set, which is one of my favorite sets, he had it. And so for him to finish my pirate ship, was just extremely serendipitous and amazing. And I was like, so cool. So yeah, I think this, and wow. I have like tons of stories like that from this community. In the cosplay community, I just don't have those same stories.
I would imagine you just get a lot of blisters. In my head, from cosplay. That's what cosplay equals in my head.
Yeah, a lot of burns.
Burns.
Yeah. Hot glue, warbler.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
I'm missing like this much skin here from a burn. So I have like freckles everywhere except for like a white patch from a burn from hot glue. Ouch. I miss the Ship in a Bottle. Okay, nobody. You can totally still get it. It's amazing. You can get it on like Bricklink, but
yep. Yeah, they're a little pricey now.
Facebook Marketplace, man. I just got mine for like 80, not even. I think I spent like 40 or 50 bucks for it.
Really?
Really.
Huh. What kind of shape was it in? Was it all scratched up? Trans pieces are tough used.
No, it's perfect. I had Jack sign it last year, actually.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a really good deal.
Yeah. I've got one in box and then the one I opened and built. I'm going to keep my inbox one for a long time because it's like one of my favorite sets. What's your favorite set?
Jeez.
That's not like my end-all set. It's one of my favorite sets. And chat, what's your favorite set? Go for it. Go.
I really like Welcome to Apocalypseburg.
I really like the minifigs for that one.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, if I can ever get a good copy of it, you can have the minifigs. I just want the set.
Yes, please. I want the Harley Quinn. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. I don't need all of them. Just Harley.
Yeah. I am far more interested in the builds than the minifigures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Voltron's a good one. I don't have that one. I've had like 2 chances to get it, but they're always like $350, and I'm like, oh, that's a car payment. So.
Oh, Joker Manor's really good too.
Do I have that?
Really good.
No, I have the Joker, the Funland, the amusement park one. Girl, I know that one's coming out on Black Friday, and I will be getting that. I already told my dad, look, we have not done Black Friday shopping in like a decade. We're going to the mall early in the morning. I'm so sorry, but I need that shuttle. So, yeah. I actually bought 2 of the Goonies sets last week, and then I returned both of them, and I returned the gift with purchase for both of them because I thought they were $200, so I got 2, and then she bring up my bill, and I bought a few other things like loose brick and like pad ball brick stuff, and they were like $800, and I was like, oh, what did I buy? And then they were like, oh yeah, it's like $350 or something a piece, and I was like, who? But there was a long line, so I bought it, and then I returned one of them, and I'm taking my assistant and I both to California in December to build for a whole week, and so like that's going to be very expensive, and so I was like, you know what? I'm going to make an adult decision here. I'm going to return it. I love the Goonies set. I think it's one of the like an amazing playable sets as far as it goes, like sitting on my wall. I just don't think it looks enough like a ship for me to spend $350 on. And the gift with purchase wasn't as strong as I thought it could be. So I let someone else enjoy that.
Yeah.
I'll regret that because I dated someone from the Goonies. So that's like another reason that I really wanted one of those minifigures. But oh well, say love you. Say love you.
Yeah. Well, it'll be around for a while. I'm sure you'll
will
be able to
be.
get the GWP on Bricklink or eBay.
I think so. And honestly, that set I don't think is doing as well as I thought it was going to be doing. So I think that set's going to be on sale pretty soon. So
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if that's going to be one of the ones that you can get a couple things on Pab. Might be cool.
Like like parts for it?
Yeah. So which one was it? Jabba's sail barge. The sails are on there now.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, the sails for the Endurance are on Pab now.
Mm.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
But some of these sets, you have the parts for them. You just need,
the
a dozen odds and ends.
Yeah. Valid. But the minifigs, that's the hard part.
Yeah. It's the advantage I have. I can just skip right over that and not feel bad.
I love the minifigs, man.
Yeah.
I hate the
Everyone
dolls.
does. That's why I save the money.
Yeah.
You don't like the mini dolls at all? Like none of them?
I give all of them away. Like I literally don't. I think I'm looking at like one. I'm looking at two right there on my wall, but that's it. No, I have two.
Which one was it?
I have two in my collection.
Joy from Inside Out was the perfect mini doll. Really like that.
I didn't get those. I didn't get any of those. I didn't get not a single one of that set. Nope.
Yeah, I think it looks like they just plucked Joy out of the movie and it just showed up in plastic form. That's really good. But it doesn't look like a mini doll. It looks like Joy from Inside Out. So it's
kind of like the trolls,
different.
The troll things.
Yeah.
It's not a mini doll and it's not a minifigure. You're like, what is this?
Yeah. It's built on a mini doll. So it like the torso, the legs, whatnot. It's mini doll material, whatnot.
Okay.
But it just has Joy's head, which is shaped a little different,
Yeah.
But yeah, they did a great job with that.
Yeah.
I thought there was one more. But yeah, I generally agree. They're a little ridiculous and almost insulting.
Here's why I don't like them. They're not in system. All right. If they were in system, I'd be fine with it. If they were the same size as a minifigure, then I think I'd be okay with it. But because they're so tall, not all of the things built for the mini doll fits in system with a minifig, and that drives me insane. So I think that if they had made the mini doll shorter to be more compatible with the minifig, I think I would have had less of an issue with it. And also, I'm an old grumpy lady and I didn't have mini dolls growing up, so it doesn't tickle any of the nostalgia brains tickling things that a minifig does. So they are in the friend sets. That's true. They totally are. And I love the friend sets. I buy the friend sets used secondhand for a lot of the parts. I love the color. And so I am totally, I get a lot of mini dolls in my bulk buys. And then Lego used to have this awesome thing where like you could go trade the minifigs and you could trade mini dolls for minifigs at the Lego stores. So this before COVID. And I used to just take like a bucket of dolls and be like, and then just snatch all their minifigures. I'll be like, thank you, bye. And I was like, my friend was like, you shouldn't do that. You're like, and I was like, no, it's a message. I'm sending a message. I don't want this. I want this. So yeah.
Some of the friend sets are great.
They're amazing.
The Modern Mansion is so good.
That one's crazy. I actually really like the beach stuff. I like Lego beach anything. Again, go back into Islanders and Pirates. So anytime I can get like an island vibe off of anything, I am so ready for that. I love the palm trees. I love tan pieces. Like, yeah. So water boats.
Yeah. So when did the tiki stuff start for you?
Oh, Jesus. I don't remember. Forever.
So it's been a while. Okay.
Yeah, like before I could drink alcohol. I've just always really loved like the Hawaiian and Polynesian culture, and I grew up doing like hula, and so I just gravitated towards that, and I love like tchotchke bars and like just like I used to work at a vintage antique store in college for a bit. Like it was like a record store, but also like vintage antiques and like more like retro. Like it was like 60s, 70s, and 80s type stuff. And that tiki culture would kind of pop in and out of there, especially, guys coming back from the war. Like when the 60s and 70s, I don't know. Just kind of, it was like a very like Americana, because I love the Polynesian aspect as well, but I also really love like the Americana version of like the tiki bar. And I think it signals a lot about like the history of America and our boys wanting to come home, but also remember like the good parts while they're away, if that makes sense. And just having like building like that backyard oasis, I think is so cool. I have a tiki bar in my backyard, plus I have a Pirate's Cove in my backyard that I've built. It's all thatched out and it's all bamboo. The Pirate's Cove is made out of like a real sailboat sail. And yeah, I don't know. I'm a kid, never grow up, never surrender. And I feel like the tiki culture just really encapsulates like that vibe. Plus beach,
Yeah.
So
Awesome. Where
you
was
definitely
it?
don't seem grumpy. Well, stay longer.
So, I think it was Twitch or that you were running the survey. I don't know. I can't ever keep track of where I am.
Yeah.
Between Tiki build or a D&D build.
Yeah.
You're doing both of those simultaneously, or was that asking for which to start?
No, yeah, same time. Yeah. So
awesome.
I know you can't really see this, but this desk is covered in Lego. I have this here to hide my boo-boo. I'll just show it to you because I've already said it. So I spent maybe 2 hours on Twitch building. This is part of the D&D mock. And I don't know why I did this. I'm an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I was just really, I was really sure of myself, which I shouldn't have been. And the whole time I was building this thing, I was like, I'm building it knowing I'm going to have to take it apart. So I didn't build it as strong as I should have. But then I put it together and I was like, oh man, this is so strong. I was like, it's like a football. And so I just dropped it to show Twitch like how strong it was. It was not that strong. Oh, it really wasn't that strong. And so I had to, and I knew that. I totally knew that because I like, as I was building it, I was like, oh, I know I'm going to have to take this apart when I get to Los Angeles and like incorporate all these parts into the larger project. And so, yeah, I don't know why I did that last night. It was late. I was tired and but yeah, what I do is I've been working on this. So I've got a bunch of pieces to the D&D. I'm making a giant D&D map. And so like the back part end of it will be a lot taller for the castles and stuff to sit on. And then they'll have a lower deck all in the front. And that will be kind of like where the water and boats and stuff are. Of course, there's going to be a pirate ship. And yeah, I just kind of, when I get irritated, like when I run out of tan pieces and I'm like, I don't want to sort anymore, I'll literally just like, I have boxes and piles everywhere. I'll just come and box everything on the desk. I just like dump it in there and I put it over here. And then I have another box that I'll come and I'll just dump out. And like the other box is, where's my tiki box? Here it is. So like, I'll just put all of this away and then I'll come into another box, dump this out, and it will be like a little tiki mock. So yeah, it just, again, with the ADD, it just, I'll do something for like 2 hours and I'm like, I'm over this project. Next. So yeah. So
So
yeah.
for tan parts, do you buy those from Pab? You go to Bricklink, or do you just find Harry Potter sets on clearance?
Honestly, yeah. Okay, so a mix of all three. And again, I'm really close with my Bricks and Minifigs here in Frisco. And sadly, because of tariffs, we're only getting 20 to 25% of what Denmark is making on the Pab wall until our new factory, I think in Chicago. Where's the new factory going to be?
Virginia, I believe.
Virginia? Okay. So until we get the new factory up and open and running, like the guy, like my local Lego store, we cannot get tan 2x4s, 2x2s, 2x6s. We just can't get a lot of bricks, like bricks. And for me, as someone who wants to build something really big and fast and like large, you need bricks to kind of like filler, you know?
Yeah.
And so sadly, I cannot get, like, my guy at Stonebriar Lego store sent me on Instagram. We're friends on Instagram. And he sent me like all the pieces and the colors that I need. He's like, do you want any of these for me to order for the wall? I was like, all of them. And so we're getting a shipment soon. But none of them are like bricks. And so, and I'm talking to like Bricks and Minifigs in Lomita, California, because we've got a mini studio out in California that I work in. And my friend was like, I'll drive and pick them up. Well, Lomita, Bricks and Minifigs are not going to give me all of theirs because they're like, we have to keep some. And I was like, that sucks. And as you guys know, a 2x4 on Bricklink is like 22 to 24 cents. It's like basically a quarter, right? And I'm just like, oh my God, I don't want to spend all of that. But what I'm going to do is probably buy as many Harry Potter sets as I can to get these parts. And then I'm probably going to drop like $400 and like, actually 2x6s are cheaper right now. And I think I'm just going to ship that to California and use that. So,
yeah. Isn't it crazy how few actual bricks are used in a set now?
I hate it. It actually bothers me when I'm building a set on Twitch and I find a brick. I'm like, it's a 2x4. I get really excited about the 2x4s. So
yeah, you basically have to go to Minecraft if you want them.
Like legit. Yeah, it's actually kind of kooky dukes, and it makes me really sad. I don't know why Lego decided to get away from the bricks. Like, and don't get me wrong, I love the other elements, but as you guys know, like when we get a new element, an old element has to be retired, and I just kind of wish that like we would never be allowed to retire like maybe like 10 different colors of bricks in 2x2, 2x4, 2x6. I feel like, I don't know, even for just kids, like, you know, Lego education, like, you know, have you heard about like the 6?
No, what's the 6?
So the 6 is amazing. So learning through play. I actually got this in Denmark and it was amazing. We got to do this whole class. So the 6 is just like the classic 6 bricks, and you can do in Duplo or whatever. And Lego has so many amazing lesson plans with the 6. And like there are just, I think like there's over like 20 or 30 things that you can do with just a classic 6 2x4s. And so for me to, you know, for Lego to not have a lot of 2x4s in their sets is honestly kind of disheartening and a little sad. I said that while I was there. I was like, why don't we have more of these in sets? But yeah, I mean, I feel like we need more, like a lot more. And especially like for people who want to do sculpting, I think that just having access to a plethora of bricks is amazing. I feel like everyone should be able to have that.
Yep. Yeah, they're a lot more sturdy for the little ones too when they're building.
Yeah,
you know, have the younger sibling that's gonna Godzilla them, and
yeah. So yeah, I would love to see more 2x4s. Like the basic brick is like my favorite, my absolute favorite, and I'm a huge believer in the rule of 3s. And the basic brick has 3 circles on the bottom, which just kind of like, I don't know. It's like a really magical number. Like the classic 2x4 is just mathematically perfect. I love it. Like nothing's better than a 2x4 brick.
Will you buy used for your mock, or do you have to have new?
Michelle has to have new.
Oh,
I am a
okay.
dirty brick gremlin. I am a dirty, dirty, dirty brick gremlin. I am also poor. So I dig through filth to get my bricks. It's disgusting. I have probably gotten dirtier with bricks than like anyone that I know. I don't know anyone who's willing to get dirtier than me. Like, it's actually a problem. Like, health wise, it's probably not good.
Build a strong immune system, right?
Sure. I found a tooth in one of mine. That was gross. It was a
Wow. I
child.
haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, I have found everything.
Yeah.
I've found a bullet shell in one of mine. Yeah, I've just lots of like nails and sharp objects, knives, like this dude, this crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's always great when you find the old Band-Aids in there and a
I
piece of
found that.
gum. And
Found the gum. Yeah. Like finger or toenails. I'm not sure. Nail clippings. Found nails.
Yep.
I was like, ugh! So I do wash my bricks a lot more than I used to. I will say that. However, this week was really bad because I bought so much that it was hard for me to keep up with everything else that's going on in my life. And I totally left bricks sitting out in like a bucket that had soap for like 4 days. 4 days.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I went out there today and I was like, oh, the soap is like, I don't know if it's like molding on the brick or like turning a white film color. I was like, huh? So I dumped everything out. And then I have the bags. I try not to use the bags to wash them in my washing machine because I think it's kind of gross. But I've already washed these, but now I'm going to have to like double wash them again, like in the washing machine. So the things I do for the mocks are it's kind of like actually insane. Sometimes I worry about that.
When you do them in the washing machine, how do you do that? Do you do it on cold, with detergent, without? How do you handle that?
So I do with detergent, and I don't even know. I think I just do it. Yeah, I think I just do cold detergent and go for it. And I put them in the bags, like the laundry bags, so they're not like all over.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But I definitely I feel like every like third time I do the laundry, I will find bricks in my washing machine or dryer. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
They just sneak out.
Yeah, it's always like a 1x2 plate or something. So then I squirreled away in my pocket. I don't know why. I'm not on Lego Masters anymore, so I don't know why I'm putting them in my pocket. Like, I really, truly don't understand how they get in there sometimes.
I think that's just a natural part of life.
Right? You can wash Lego in the washing machines? Yes, you can.
You can put your base plates in the dishwasher too.
Yeah. I don't like that because I eat out of the dishwasher, so I will never put Lego in the dishwasher. I don't know why. It's just like a mental thing, maybe. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so do you wash your dishes before you put them in the dishwasher?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right. That makes sense then. Because if you were putting dirty dishes in there, that's not any different than putting a base plate in.
Yeah, true. No, I wash my dishes by hand, and then I also machine wash them. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I know it doesn't look like it, but I swear, like, the rest of the house is somewhat put together. And I have a rule. Lego stays in here. This room is for Lego, and now the hall closets. And for like holiday stuff, Lego is allowed to live in the other place. And dang it, the botanical sets have also started to creep around the house. And right now I'm having a giant sorting party. So the living room is set up for the sorting party. But then once that sorting party is over, like, those go back in the closet and the rest will go back in here. But I try to not have like a whole, like, I've been to friends' houses where it's like Legos all over the living room and like all over like everywhere. And I'm just like, that's a lot. Like, I have a lot, but I'm fortunate. And I live close to my dad. And so like, I do totally use my old bedroom at my dad's house for like Lego storage. And I know not everyone has that option. So I'm very lucky that I can do that.
Yeah, for sure. This is my living room.
Is it?
Yep.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, your wife is so nice.
Oh yeah, she's the best. And
Yeah,
my
don't ever
my
leave her,
ni-
man. Oh my God. I would
my ni-
murder. I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd murder you.
my 9-year-old and 3-year-old have full access to all of this,
Of course, as they
which
should.
is a little frightening. I mean, the
A
3-year-old,
3-year-old, maybe not. I'd say no, but
she has been a champ. She's
no
not
Lego
really
up the
touched
nose.
anything. Nothing.
No emergency room calls.
No,
That's
like
good.
it's been here her entire life, so she's just kind of shrugs it off and doesn't think much of it.
Nice. Jenny, I love that compliment. I've been to her house. I can confirm her house is somewhat put together. Bless you.
Oh,
I'll pay
how
you
about that?
next time I see you. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. All right. So you mentioned the sorting party.
Yeah, Jenny. Jenny, are you coming? I think she is.
How did the book club come about? Where did that come from?
So Jenny, are we about to start year 4? We're like
Wow.
ending year 3. This December is end of year 3. Am I right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Jenny. And year 4 is starting. We started book club because I needed to clean my house and read more. The end. Again, the ADD. So, like I don't really clean the house every day. I'm starting to do a game. It's called Pick Up 10. And like before you go to bed, the first thing you do when you wake up is pick up 10 things. So that way, like somewhat put together, you know. But with the book club, I like the ADD it wasn't allowing me to finish books. And I noticed that like I had bought like 30 books, right? And I had finished like 2. And I was like, I need an accountability buddy. And I was like, I'm going to start a book club because I have to clean my house for these girls who are going to come and judge me, you know, because that's what women do. We can't help it.
Yep.
We're just wired that way. And yes, because this will be my 3rd year making the ornaments. Jenny makes the best ornaments for book club. They're great. She takes
Awesome.
all the books we did that year. She shrinks them down and puts them in like a book. It's magic. But yeah, so, and then also, you know, this is kind of like I think we started book club, like it was still like COVID, but not really COVID, like emerging out of COVID. And I just needed more girl time. I needed more like feminine energy in my life. A lot of my friends at the time were like all guys, and I still have a lot of guy friends, and I still love my guy friends, and I still love to make guy friends. So like, I'm not like, you know, He-Man, like man hater club or anything like that. But I did notice that I needed feminine energy, you know, like my sister moved away, my 2 best girlfriends moved away, and my mom, you know, she died when I was, you know, 20 years ago. And
Wow.
so I was just like, I really needed like some girls. And so I started a book club, and I literally just reached out to like so many of my girlfriends in Dallas, and I was like, hey, we're going to do this. Come if you want to. It started, Jenny, how many do we have at first? I think we had like, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 8 girls. And now there are 50 girls in the online book club. And every month, we typically average anywhere from 15 to 25 girls in person. So half of the girls that are online show up. And of course, everyone shows up in February because February is our Lego Valentine's Day. So we always do like like a $12 or $15 botanical set. And then I try to get like as many different options as I can. And I always buy like a bunch. So I have a closet with a bunch of them in there. And we just do like this amazing magical Lego building and talk about like a romance book. So it's been great. It's been really great. And the sisterhood that we formed with it has been absolutely fantastic. The girls do stuff with each other like on weekends, and you know, it's a really great place just to like, it's on Facebook, and we, you know, girls will be like, hey, I have an extra ticket to this thing, who in the book club wants to come, you know, or like, hey, we're gonna do this weekend, or you know, whatever it is. It's a great little place for just the local girls to be like, hey, this is happening, who wants to be a part of it. And so I just posted recently, I was like, we did a sorting party, I think last year. And then it's definitely time. It's 100% time. So we're going to watch Bridgerton and sort. It's going to be great.
Awesome.
We're going to have some wine, pizza, you know, real classy.
That's the way to do it. I mean, it's better than a paint party, right?
Oh, what party?
A paint party?
Paint? I love paint parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think? Man, it sounds like your setup is so much better than that. I don't know. So it's funny. It's mounted over the door. I'm not going to turn the camera. My daughter had like some kind of art class thing. And when she brought the picture home, it reminded me of like a women's paint night.
Yeah, I love those.
Just the way it was painted, and it looked like she was looking at the same sheet as everybody else in the place, but she's a character and she has her own take on things.
This is the
And
9-year-old, I'm
her own little
assuming?
vision. Yes.
Nice.
And everything is very uniquely her, and
I love
it's
that.
always entertaining. Yep. She's the best.
Those are the Emmets of the world, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to what she does in this world. Very excited.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Very fortunate.
Yeah, she is my little buddy, and everything she does is exciting. Not always positive, but always at least exciting.
Exciting. Always exciting. Always a new adventure. And as long as you have that in life, you will constantly going the right direction.
Yeah. Yeah. She's left us a couple of surprises in the past. Little trinkets sticking out of drawers to surprise us during shows. She during one of the videos we were recording a while back, she put a plastic waffle in the Lego fish tank, which was a nice little surprise. Yeah, she's actually, I'm looking at it. We moved it higher up, and now there's a wooden hamburger in there.
Nice.
Why wouldn't you have that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta feed the fish. Yeah. What do you think of the new fish tank?
It's too much money. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not buying that for that price. I'll give you $200 for the parts. I think the parts are cool. But I also think that's like an American thing, right? So like I feel like because America is, in the situation that we are in right now, I think that it's really hard for a lot of Americans to purchase Lego this year. And I think it's only going to get harder as the year goes on. And that's why I think it's so important to do charity stuff during Christmas to make sure that if you can help other families who cannot get Lego for their kids, I think that's really important. Obviously food is more important than Lego, but also Lego is super important for kids. And if you've got a little one who wants that, I think that's, it's very special. So, but other countries I think are, I've got friends in other countries who are like, oh yeah, see, we're totally going to get this. We're totally going to get that. And I'm like, and I have friends in America who are the same, but I do have a lot of friends who are like, I don't know how anyone affords Lego. It's insane. I know we have a mental issue. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, and some of it, some of it, the problem isn't even that your average person can't afford it. It's that Lego just priced it so damn high. Even the people that can normally afford it just don't want to pay for it.
Oh, 100%. I have a very, a pretty wealthy friend in Los Angeles, and he sent me a picture of, I think I laughed. I think it was Emma Soris's room. He didn't know I knew her. And he was like, he sent me a picture of her room, and he was like, the audacity of the amount of money that this person spent on Lego. And I was like, oh, it's Emma. I love her. I love her room. And he was like, of course you know them. But yeah, I mean, my aunt came over today actually to help me clean out my closet because I have ADD and I needed a body double. But she came over and she was like, oh my God. And she saw my garage and I bought 9 pallets of the dot set, the purple dot set. So I have 250 dot sets in my garage. And she was like, oh my God, how much is this worth? Do you know how much your collection is worth? And I was like, not really. I don't like to think about that. It makes me anxious. I don't know. But I was telling her how much a 2x4 cost. And she was like, and then she looked at my room, and I know you guys can't see, but everything on this wall that you can't see is it's just all atrocious sets. It's ridiculous. And so she was just like, you must have thousands and thousands of dollars in here. I was like, it's probably only 10,000 maybe. I was like, I don't know. I quit counting around 10,000, but It's probably, I don't know. I don't want to think about it because that makes
Yep.
me feel like I'm making bad adult life choices when you hear the number out loud.
When something is not listed for sale, it has no value.
And that's exactly.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is just my googly gob mind,
Yeah.
and I'm having fun. So it is what it is. But
Yeah.
fun fact. I actually had an intervention. I came home from work. This was in 2019. This was before Lego Master Season 1, before I even got called for Lego Master Season 1. And I want to say it was like almost exactly like 6 months before the Fox reached out to me about Lego Masters. And I came home from work, and it was my dad, my grandma, my aunt, and my partner. And at the time, and they were like, we need to have a talk. You are spending more than half your paycheck on this plastic toy. This is not okay. Like, you're not putting money into savings. Like, you're not being a responsible adult, and you have a problem, and you need to stop with the Lego. And I was like, are you serious? And I pulled the whole thing about like how it's not drugs, it's Lego, and Lego, like it could be worse. And they were like, okay, right. But like, your spending on this is atrocious, and I was just like, okay. So I actually didn't buy Lego for like 6 months. And then I get a call from this. I thought it was a scam, at the time. And like, anyways, long story short, I did Lego Masters, and my family was like kind of proud of me, but like still kind of like iffy about it. And then I did the Lego Christmas and then won, and they got really excited. But it wasn't until I won Australia, like a global television show, that they were like, my grandma is actually like so proud of me now. And like, she tells all of her friends that I was on the show. But before, it was like a very taboo thing that I did. So I will always be grateful for Lego Masters for like allowing me to like have credit in my family with Lego. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah, it sure does.
And, I quit my job in January of this year to do Lego full time as a Lego artist. And it's been very hard. It's not glamorous, but it's very fun, But I think my family, like, finally for the first time is like, thinks it's cool. Like, even my sister thinks it's cool. And that's she's a hard one to please.
So when you say Lego full time, does that consist of like sponsorships and commission bills?
I have no sponsorships. I'm not even part of the LAN, so I don't even get free Lego.
That's crazy.
I know. That's my fault though. I need to apply for LAN. But yeah, no, I quit my job. I was working on a video game company. Our new game is out, by the way. It's called Cardio Quest. You can download it for free. It's on Apple Play or Apple Store, Google Play, whatever. It's on the app stores. And it's called Cardio Quest. It's free, totally free to play. And my best friend and I put it together. He lives out in Los Angeles, and it's an amazing game where you have to get your heart rate up, and your heart rate is what powers your character in the game. So, we were definitely seeing a lot of problems with this country and obesity and kids, and like kids not being able to do like basic jumping jacks. Which blew my mind. I used to do, again, like a lot of conventions, and I did a lot of events with kids, and a lot of the events that I did had kids do like physical activities. And I was at so many of these conventions across the United States, and I am not even kidding. I probably have had like 20 kids ask me what a jumping jack is. And I was like, what? You're like 10. How do you not know what a jumping jack is? And so I would demonstrate for them, and it was a struggle, man. It's a struggle. And it broke my heart. It really did. And I have a weak heart. And so my best friend and I were talking about this, and we had done other video games. We'd done the Star Trek video game and some others. We did a Lego video game prototype. It did not see the light of day. Real sad. But anyways, it was Lego Pirates too. But anyways, yeah, Cardio Quest has been amazing. And it's, there are like it's mostly like one person making it. I helped Josh a little bit, but for the most part, he did a lot of the work. And I'm so proud of the game. We have a ton of active users on it, and it's just for an indie game. I'm very proud of it. But I quit that in January to do Lego full time, and yeah, I do like I teach Google and Microsoft occasionally. So we'll do online courses for their engineers, and I do like a lot of team building classes online for like bigger companies, and it's been a lot of fun and a lot of learning. And I do classes at Lego events, so and then I do the bricks and minifigs openings helps a ton, but also the commissions. I've had I think 5 or 6 commissions this year. You guys want to see the one that I just finished?
Of course.
Oh my god, it's amazing. Hold on. Okay. Here she is.
Wow.
I love it.
That is unreal.
I love it. I love it. It's so cool. So, yeah, I actually am going to completely redo this in the next 2 weeks.
What?
Take everything off and completely redo it. So I did it all on wood. So I glued the base plates to the wood. However, I'm not like super happy with this wood. It's starting to chip, and for the price that they paid for this, like it should be really perfect, honestly. So what I did was all those dots that the 9 pallets of dots that I have in my garage. I'm going to be using those 16 by 16 Technic plates to do the whole thing out of Lego. So it's going to cost me probably like an extra $200 to put that together, but it's going to be going in their store, and I want it to look really nice. So, yeah, I get to completely renew that, which will be a lot of fun. But luckily, it's just like taking it off one by one and like placing it back on. So it's not like the mental process of like figuring out where everything goes. So that's nice. So yeah, Big Trouble Little China, Kurt Russell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh man, did I hear they're remaking that?
Oh, I don't know. I know they're redoing Running Man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that one is getting a remake. I saw somewhere recently.
That's going to be a weird remake. I feel like that one really worked because of the time.
Yep.
I feel like you can't do like half of those jokes anymore, but maybe, I don't know.
You can't do half of any jokes anymore. We've been watching Adventure Time recently.
How fun!
Yeah, my kids are seeing it for the first time, and
BMO.
even a lot of the jokes in that don't work anymore.
I love that. That makes me want to rewatch it. I
What's
was
his name?
obsessed.
Ice King was so creepy.
Oh,
and
yeah,
his
super creepy,
just
for sure.
skeezy that I don't think they'd let him fly anymore.
Oh my glob. Oh my glob. Dude, I think I've cosplayed 10 characters from Adventure Time.
Really?
Yeah. BMO was my favorite.
Yeah. He kind of has his own Lego set now. Now that we have a Game Boy.
No. Yeah.
I thought you were pointing to the Game Boy.
It is.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
It's just very small on my screen. I see it now. Awesome. Did you build it?
Twitch. No, not yet. That's the box. Twitch just sent it to me. So someone on my Twitch family, I've got like an Amazon wish list, and they will send me sets to build on Twitch, which is very helpful. I love it. I'm very appreciative of that. So bless you, Twitch. Thank you.
I still don't understand Twitch. I mean, now granted, I haven't spent a whole ton of time over there. I did click the button and we're over there now.
Oh, nice.
For the nobody that's gonna watch it, because I don't know if anybody's ever watched this over there ever. But
yeah,
I don't think I understand the categories necessarily.
Yeah, you got to be in BBC, man. You got to be in the brick building community.
Brick building community, is that actually its own?
It is now. Brick and Nick and I finally got it passed, and mainly Brick Nick and Bricks O'Brien, they got that into our own community, and it is actually a subset of Twitch now. You can do the BBC. In fact, Brick Brick and Nick, Brick O'Brien, and Graham, who's like the brick master of Canada. We all did TwitchCon 3-4 weeks ago in San Diego, and that was epic. I loved it. Oh my god, it was so cool. So yeah.
Okay. So you spend a lot of time on Twitch and basically none on YouTube.
I spend
right?
like no time on YouTube. I don't understand YouTube at all. I don't understand Twitch at all either, but Twitch is really easy. I have it set up to where like I just come in, click, 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 I'm on. And I'm the worst person to watch on Twitch because unless chat is like really asking me questions, I'm just like focused on my own world. So
Okay.
yeah. So I mean, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes I just dance.
Yep.
Sometimes I just get in here and dance. I don't know. Just whatever I feel that day. So and
Now, go ahead.
no, you know.
All right. If chat is engaging, do you actually get anything done?
So that's the other part. In fact, I didn't Twitch for a long time because I was like, I have to get this done and I can't focus. And like I can't focus on like I don't want to wear makeup, don't want to do my hair, like don't want to have people watch me, like don't want to have to deal with chat. Like I just need to get this mock done for this convention that's coming up or this commission that's coming up. You know, I really don't like to do commission pieces on Twitch either because I want to make sure it's the way I want it before I show it to anyone, you know? So, yeah.
Okay. You feel like you need to be fully dressed for Twitch? I mean, it like hair, makeup, like real clothes.
For Twitch, YouTube, any of it.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, I'm also a blonde. So like without makeup, I have like no eyebrows, no eyelashes, like no color in my skin. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, so, but
it's from an Anne Rice novel somewhere. Yeah.
An Anne Rice novel?
Yeah. She did the old vampire books, Interview with the Vampire, those kind of things.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice. Yeah. No, but Twitch is really amazing. I learned about my brain tumor because of Twitch.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. How did that happen?
My face actually slumped live on a stream. And they were like, something's wrong with your face. What's wrong with your face? And I was like, what do you mean what's wrong with my face? You know, because it was like the camera, like my little screen was really small. So I didn't really notice it and I didn't feel anything. And then they were like, half of your face isn't working. And you're like talking out of the side of your mouth and like you're only using one eye. And then I like leaned in and made the, you know, the thing a lot larger. And I was like, oh my God. So I thought I had a stroke. Like I just thought I had a stroke live on Twitch. And we all did for a while, you know, and it was during COVID. So like getting to a doctor, everything was like way harder and crazier and all this stuff. It was like the beginning of lockdown. And so yeah, I went through that whole process, but Twitch was like, something's off, you know, but so yeah. Yeah.
Wow, what are the odds of that? Unbelievable.
Crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy times.
That whole timeline is just from our side. I'm sure it's entirely different from yours. From our side, it seemed like you had 7 lifetimes in whatever that was, a year and a half, 2 years, or however long. Did that feel like an eternity for you, or did it feel like that flew by too?
Yes and no. Yes, because like, you know, during COVID, I was getting all my social interaction from Twitch. And we had built like a really strong, awesome community. But then when my face stuff happened, I tried to do Twitch a few times, but we had people who were not in my community come in and watch. And, you know, they definitely had like a lot of really not nice things to say about my appearance. And that kind of, it hit me in a way. Like I'm stronger now, but at the time, it really hit me. And it was around the same time where like my little neighbors who are huge fans of Lego Masters, that, you know, keep in mind, like Lego Masters just came out, like, you know, like I think it had just ended season 1, maybe like a month or 2 before. And then I had this happen to me, and I was walking in the street, and my immediate reaction was to like smile at them, but my face was so distorted and warped that they were scared, and they actually were like, kind of like, were like, and then like crossed the street to get away from me. And so like that happening, and then like, you know, the things that were said on Twitch, like it kind of made me get off the internet. And I actually took all the mirrors in my house down, and like put blankets over some of them. And then I had my mirror that I would do my facial work in every day. So I'd have to stare at my face during that to like, you know, work my face. But I think honestly for like 8 to 9 months, I was like offline. And, you know, because we didn't know we thought it was Bell's palsy. I was misdiagnosed. They told me like I had MS. They told me like all this crazy stuff. I went to 5 different neurologists, and nobody could figure out what was going on. And it was just a wild ride. Like it was a really wild ride. And finally they found out that it was a tumor, and they were like, yeah, like you'll for sure never smile again, is what my doctor told me. Like, what you look like today is like it, you will never get better than this, you know, and it will progressively get worse. And like one of the surgeries that like they recommended for me was to, I call it the face off surgery. They were literally going to like peel my flesh off like each way, and then wire, or I guess down, they would peel like down. Anyways, they were going to take the nerves from this side and connect them to the nerves on this side. So it'd be like a mirror image of my, you know, of myself. And I was like, how many times have you performed the surgery? And they were like, you'll be the 3rd. And I was like, I don't want to be a guinea pig. That sounds crazy. Like so many like nerve connecting things. I was like, that sounds awful. And going back to the magical rules of 3 for me, I like, again, like I'm a huge, massive believer in the rule of 3. And I went to a convention, and at the time I was still doing cosplay stuff, and it was during COVID. So I could get away with wearing a COVID mask and having people not really see most of my face. And so I went to Rochester, Minnesota, which is where Mayo Clinic is. And the driver for like the celebrities was like, I forgot something at home and I wanted to get something, and so it was just me. And he was like, oh, do you have time for me to show you a tour of Rochester? And I was like, sure, why not, you know. And he took me by the Mayo Clinic, and he was like talking to me about his wife works in the brain department at Mayo Clinic, and they do the brain surgeries. And I was like, that's really crazy. Like that's actually Mayo Clinic and Johns Hopkins are the 2 that I'm looking at right now. And he pulled the car over and came back, put his hand on me, prayed over me. And then when I got home, I had a new neighbor. His name was Floyd. And we started talking while I was doing the front yard. And he told me that Mayo Clinic had saved his life with his cancer in his throat. And then he put his hand over me and prayed over me. And then the 3rd person, and this is all within the span of like 3 or 4 days. The 3rd person was my best friend who I do the video game stuff. He's a hardcore atheist. And he called and he was like, oh my God, Ken Burns, our favorite documentarian, was like, Ken Burns has a new doco out on Mayo Clinic. We got to watch it. And I was like, really? And so I watched the Mayo Clinic, and the story behind Mayo Clinic, and the fact that like the Mayo Clinic is like, you know, like the reason most of our hospitals have like, you know, it is the reason we all wash our hands before surgery and stuff now. Like Mayo is the one who's like, we have bacteria on our hands that can kill people. But like all the history, and like, you know, it was started by nuns, and like there was a lot of like really good feel good stuff with Mayo. And I was like, all right, 3 for 3. I hear you. And I immediately called and got booked with Dr. Driscoll. And he was the first doctor. And keep in mind, I had gone to like multiple doctors, like Florida, California, New York. Like I went all over the place. I flew myself to these places to do all these things. And because my smile was really important. And at the time, it was really hard for me to think of a life without a smile. And so when I got to Dr. Driscoll, and I asked him, because all the other doctors, I asked them the odds of the like coming out of the surgery the same or better. And most of them were telling me like really bad odds, extremely bad odds. But they're like, but it's worth it. You know, like you gotta do it. And Dr. Driscoll was like, I was like, what are the odds of me coming out like worse? And he was like, I don't understand your question. And I was like, what are the odds of like being worse? You know? And he was like, oh, it's been great for everyone that I've done the surgery on. And he's done, okay, this only happens to 3 people a year in the United States. So it's a very rare thing that I had. And again, because it's so rare, there are only 4 doctors in the United States who've ever worked on this. And out of those 4, Dr. Driscoll has done the most, and he's been the most successful. So long story short, 3 for 3. Mayo Clinic is just, you know, I love it. I love it. It's very helpful. So if you guys ever have any like really big issues, like with cancer or anything brain related, go to Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota.
Man. Wild. And
right?
then, oh, okay. So,
and I can smile again. Check it out.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you find the doctor, you get that all set up. How long between when you agree that you're going to do it and the actual surgery?
So because I was misdiagnosed for so long, your muscles start to atrophy after like 6 months, right? And so I was spending about $3,000 a month for years to keep my nerves alive. So I was going to physical therapy anywhere from 3 to 4 times a week. I was doing all kinds of shock treatment, needling, like just bizarre stuff, you know, like I was doing cryo freezes. I was doing, Jesus, for a while we were doing, what's it called? Oxygenation stuff, where like you get in those tanks for an hour and they like fill it with oxygen, and it just like helps you kind of like oxygenate all the blood in your body, which would help this. But then I also read some papers that were like, maybe don't do that. Like, you know, it's maybe a little dangerous. So I quit doing that, which is great because those were like $1,500 a pop. It was insane. I've spent a lot of money on keeping my muscles alive. So I think from the time that it happened on Twitch, to the time that I actually was in the surgery, I want to say it was 2 full years. 2 full years. God. So that is why my face is still not back to normal. And if I had doctors who had caught it earlier, Dr. Driscoll is like, I think that you would have been fine. But I did develop a lot of synchronesis. Is that what you call it? Synchronesis? Something like that. Basically, like if I raise this eyebrow, like other parts of my face will move because it's like attached. So I get a lot of like dimpling in my chin, and like there's a lot of little things that, you know, are not the same because of the time lapse. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I'd imagine the majority of those only you notice.
Sometimes I do see it in photos a lot. And I totally Photoshop like so many of my, well, I have an app that like, I just do a filter. I do a filter on like most of the photos I post on Instagram because I am like, you know, there are differences in my face, and I just feel better posting it with a little filtration on it. And so I've got some friends who like make fun of me for that. They're like, you don't need that. And I'm like, that's fine. You don't have to. I'm gonna do it because it makes me feel better about posting this photo. And I think that, you know, I do have some body dysmorphia from it, you know, and especially with the comments I received online, not a lot, but the ones that I got, I think stung a little harder than they should have, you know. Yeah. And time does heal that a lot. So, you know, that's good. So yeah.
Wow. And so that all started during COVID. So that's been 3 years or so since.
That's been 5 years, bro.
5. Oh shit. That's right. My God. Time is a wild thing.
Time is a wild thing. 2020, 2025.
God, and this year's almost over.
6. Yeah, almost 6 years ago, actually. Almost 6 years. Yeah.
Wow. That's
crazy pants. Crazy pants. But yeah.
Wild.
Super wild. So yeah. And I still spend money on my face monthly, just not, I no longer spend like $2,000 to $3,000 a month. So that's good. And I quit doing needling because I actually got more paralyzed. It came back, but they definitely like messed up some of my nerves. And for like, I think it was like 4 months, every time I combed my hair, which was daily, like there was a nerve somewhere in here that the brush would go over. And like I would have zings across my face. And I'd be like, okay, no more needling. And my anxiety, I started getting panic attacks from the like the needling. And so I would just sweat like crazy and like almost pass out. So I was like, this is not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
And panic attacks are brutal.
They're so bad. Yeah, they're so bad. In fact, when I did Lego Masters, the Christmas special or the holiday special, I got really bad night terrors because it was a little less than a year after my surgery. And I do have a lot of sleep issues after the surgery. After my brain surgery, I didn't sleep for 7 days straight, which started being, do not recommend.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was really bad. But I only had the night terrors during the filming of Lego Masters, the holiday special, because I could not sleep. I literally I didn't sleep the whole time I was there. And luckily that one I think was only like a 2-week filming, I think, something like that. It was fast. It was really fast. But yeah, I was not doing good for the filming of that one.
And somehow you still won.
I feel like Caleb really should have won that one. Cheesy Brick Studios 100% had my vote. I would buy that set over the village that I made like any day. But again, his was like really clean. Mine was like Christmas. So I think maybe they wanted a feel-good story. I don't know. But I definitely do feel very proud of what Michelle and I accomplished in Australia. I feel like we definitely won that one fair and square. Like that's the trophy I'm very proud of. The Christmas special was I've always felt really bad for Caleb after that. I was like, you definitely should have won. I'm so sorry.
When you won in Australia, that is still the biggest build ever, right? On the
Right.
Masters.
I love duck bricks, but he will tell you that his is the biggest. It's not even in the ballpark of our bricks that we used. Not even close. I love Chris. And his is massive. Chris is massive, but ours is bigger.
Yeah, he's so smart though. He's probably got some bizarre way that he's calculating what makes.
Oh, I'm sure. I want his autism. I want that. I'm so
he
mad.
Is something else.
No, he could tell you like every part number, like, and his Ninjago memory is his memory in general. It's just like it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. I don't know why the universe made some people so smart, so amazing, and then the rest of us, like my autism, it's just. It's not the fun kind. It's not the smart kind. It's like the chaos and the buying of small things. I love digging for things. So yeah, Chris is amazing. And he's incredible. It's mind-blowing. Honestly, mind-blowing. His memory is just, it's not fair. It's not fair.
Yeah, everything he does is so perfectly him.
Oh, I know.
I
love
when it was
on the show.
He called into ACOB at one point, and he was just like at a Spinjitzu temple, right?
Of course.
And it's like, why wouldn't he be there? You know,
why not? Him and Jonathan are amazing. What's Jonathan's Instagram tag? Like daily.
Oh, is he mini superheroes today? Is that him?
Is that what it? Yeah. Dude, that guy is amazing. And the two of them together are just like, when I see them come up, I'm like, oh my God, you know, it's going to be a good day. You know, it's going to be a good day. Like they are unstoppable and just so awesome. But again, that's like everyone in the community, you know, they're only like, honestly, like maybe 2 or 3 that I'm like, oh, what are you doing? But the rest of us are pretty awesome. I would say I would say like the community is just really insane. Like
Yeah.
they're so talented and they're so nice. They're so nice. Even the oddballs, which is honestly all of us, if you really think about it. Like, you know, and I think you could say something nice about absolutely everyone in the community. Like, and you cannot do that with other communities. Like you really can't. Like you really can't. But with this one, I feel like just, you know, everyone's I think it's, you know, my friends were like, they saw me with other Lego masters recently and they were like, "Oh, your competition." And I was like, "You know, that's so weird. Like I would never see them like as my competition. Like of course if we're like on the show and we're like actively doing it, then even then, you know, it didn't feel like a competition." Does that make sense? Like it felt like, especially season 1, and the holiday, honestly, I was just like, I'm just here to play. I don't expect to win at all. Like Amy and I were like, we shouldn't even be here, you know? Like, what are we doing? And we were so shocked. We made it like halfway. It was wild. We should have definitely gone home before, but it's fine. It's fine. But and in the holiday one, you know, I was just trying to I was not building to win at all. I was just playing, you know, like, and Australia was a different story. So season, like my first 2 seasons, I was just totally playing around and just having fun. And Australia, I originally mentally was going there for that, but on the plane ride, I really got to know my partner, Michelle, and she really wanted to win. And I was like, oh, I gotta straighten up. This girl really wants to win, you know? So I was like, all right, if you want to win, okay, you're going to lead and I will follow. And which was nice because I had led the other 2 seasons. And so for me, it was actually really nice to kind of be like, what do you want me to do? Like, you tell me, I'll just do this. So I definitely found like a really deep respect for Michelle, as like a mom, as a person, as an artist. I think she was one of my most dynamic partners for sure. And working with her was absolutely fantastic. There was definitely a time where we clashed. But I'm so thankful for the clash because I think that without having that clash, I don't think we would have won. Maybe. But I think after that, we had like a big heart to heart. And I think I just really understood where she was coming from and like really seeing what it would mean to her to get that far, just became extremely important to me. And yeah, you know, and now we travel the country together and, you know, meet kids all the time and do build alongs with kids all the time. And it's just been super, super magical. And I'm very thankful for them partnering us up for sure. For sure.
So it was their choice for you two to work together?
So they called both of us and they asked us to give them like a list of who we would work together with and who we would not work together with. And we had met at Brick Chicago the year before, and we went to Cheesecake Factory with like some other people, and we just like really clicked. And so Michelle was one of the 3 names that I put out. So I gave them 3 names and all girls. I did not want a male partner, and I was not like super open about it, but I definitely like mentioned it to them. I was like, if it could be a female, that'd be really awesome. Just because we're going to like another country and we're going to be spending a lot of time together. Like I just preferred it to be a female. And so then they called Michelle and they're like, would it be okay if you were with Krystle? And she was like, I don't really know a lot of her work, but okay, you know. And again, like at this time, like, and I still am really bad about posting my stuff online. I need to get better. But yeah, I think that, you know, I think it was just really a good combination. So
had the results of the holiday show come out at that point.
And I didn't tell
Okay.
my entire family. My entire family thought I lost for sure.
Okay.
And so I came home from filming Australia like 5 days before the viewing or the airing of the holiday special started. So I was like jet lagged still, and like, you know, and then my family put on this like whole party, and I was really mad at first because I got to the party and they had this giant cake and they had a picture of Rob and I holding the trophy because Lego Masters had sent me an email with that photo. And my dad has access to my email because I don't know, I'm a child. And so my dad was just like, "Oh, we're just gonna print this photo out." Like in their head, they were like, "Oh, we just thought like everyone took photos with the trophy." Like it didn't even click with it.
Wow.
It was on the cake. Like it was on the cake. And so I got there and I was like, "What the heck?" And I was so mad because I had kept this secret for like 9 months, you know, like 9 months of holding the secret in. And it's different in the States, you know who wins. In Australia, they film everyone winning. So you don't know who wins.
Wow.
I didn't know that we won Australia until 5 hours before they aired it.
That's intense.
That's intense. That's intense. Yeah, we had no idea. I mean, I kind of thought we did because ours was amazing. But like I had hoped, but you know, they could have been like, "Oh, we want the Australian team to win." So they won. You know what I mean? Like we had no idea. We had no idea. So that was wild. But yeah, my family, when we won and they showed it, my family like freaked out. In my head, I was like, "Did no one see the cake? Did nobody? You printed this. You printed this. Took it to the cake people, gave it to them. They printed it. Then you took it back home and like you didn't think anything of this, you know?" So yeah.
Wow. Okay. So they see that cake, have no idea that you won.
No idea.
And
my family's a little slow, I guess. I don't know.
well, and Michelle just was asked to be your partner, but she didn't know that you had won either.
Oh, that was a great story. She had no idea. And I didn't tell her on the plane, right? Because like I'm under NDA, like it hadn't aired yet. And so I was telling Michelle, like, I'm not a good builder. Like, you know, good luck with me. Sorry you got stuck with me. You know, like she was just like, "Oh God," you know. And then we were in the interview room for, you know, like the little interview room for Lego Masters. And they were like, "So Krystle, like, you know, how did it feel winning the holiday trophy?" And Michelle's jaw like hit the floor. Just I wish they had shown that clip on air, but they didn't. But oh man, Michelle was like, "What?" She's like, "Why didn't you tell me?" And I was like, "Girl, I didn't know if I was allowed to tell you, you know, like I don't know." And so I think that made her feel a lot better about me being her partner because she was like, "Okay, maybe this girl, like maybe I can work with her," you know.
Oh, that's bananas.
Yeah.
Well, in the end, she made the right decision. So
Yes.
that's good news.
Yeah.
Now, I would think that you don't want to be the only like all-female team to win for very long.
No, we would
right?
love for someone else to join us. In fact, I'm no longer the only person worldwide who does 2 trophies. I think Owen from Australia and his buddy, they who was it Ben and Owen? Ben Owen? I don't remember. Owen and his partner, they also have 2 trophies now. So there are 3 of us worldwide who have 2 trophies now. So that's cool. And Owen now works for Lego. I just hung out with him in Denmark. So yeah.
How was the Denmark trip?
It was amazing. I was there for a month. And
a month?
I was there I wanted to look at all the jobs that Lego had to offer. And I wasn't sure where in the Lego group I wanted to be. Like, do I want to do Lego education? Do I want to be a designer? Do I want to work in like, marketing, like my degrees in marketing, like where do I want to live here? Do I want to live here in Denmark? And I booked that trip so long because I wanted to kind of immerse myself in that culture. Like if I were to uproot myself and move myself across the world, like, is this somewhere I'd want to live? And it's really rainy and it's really cold, but it's really beautiful. And the people are so ridiculously lovely and kind and helpful, and just the whole town of Billund, it's like 6,000 people and 4,000 people work for Lego. So it's literally like a Lego town. And it just felt really right. It felt really good, and just really lovely. So I think that, I've definitely honed in a little bit more of like where I would want to be. And I haven't applied yet. And if I apply, I might not even get it. I'm not putting all my eggs in any baskets, but again, I'm a very fluid person. So I think that, my friends are like, gotta get your portfolio in right now. You gotta strike it while it's hot. And I was like, I think I also have a lot of things set up for next year that I've already signed on for. And a lot of the projects that I've signed on for already, like I wouldn't be able to do if I do get a job at Lego, just because there's a lot of non-competes and like all this other stuff. And so part of me is just kind of like, you know what? We're going to flow. We're going to sit. We're going to get everything in order. So it's kind of just the stage that I'm in currently. It's just kind of figuring it out. So, yeah.
Denmark's a long way from home.
It is. But my sister lived in Denmark for 3 years, and my nephews were born in Denmark, in Copenhagen. And, it's just, there's a lot of familiarity with it. And I love the socialist aspect of the country in general. You can really visually see where all of your tax dollars go. And I didn't see a single homeless person in that country the entire month I was there. And again, like I spent a lot of my time in Venice and in Santa Monica, California. And, the homeless that we have in this country is insane. And, the fact that we can just shut our government down and turn off SNAP and have so many people go hungry is extremely disheartening for me. I think I'm a very like emotional person, and I feel that, and it wreaks havoc on my body to see us in such a disarray. And so the time I spent in Denmark, I felt so light, in a way that I cannot really describe to you. It was extremely liberating and wonderful to see not just all the extremely healthy people, walking around in walkable cities, helping each other, but like just the little things. You would see like a scarf had fallen, and, people don't leave it on the ground and they don't steal it. They pick it up off the ground and they place it on the table in hopes that person will come back and find it. And I saw multiple scarves around the city, like they would just tie them up to something so they wouldn't be on the ground. And so people could see it when they come back, or sunglasses that were like purposely left out very, very much for like you to see that you've left it there. Just like little things like that. And the trash. No trash. There was no trash on the ground. It was wild, extremely clean. Yeah, it was just amazing, and it felt like what the world should be, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
So I definitely would love to go there, but again, like I'm in a house. I can't just be like, click, done. Like there are a lot of steps to take to get there. So, and I might not get there. I might who knows? The wind could just be like, we're going to blow you this way. It sounds great today, but who knows,
Yeah.
So, but it's definitely something that my eyes are open and focused on. So we'll see. We'll totally see, we'll see.
So completely unrelated to Lego,
Yeah.
but something I could ask you about.
Yeah.
So once upon a time, you were on Mission Log.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan's show. Yeah.
How did that come to be?
I told you my mother was a Jedi, my father's a Trekkie,
Yeah.
and I did the Star Trek Vegas shows for years. And I think Ryan, is that Ryan's show or is that John's show? I don't know. I've been on a lot of Star Trek podcasts.
I don't know. I forget his name.
I
That was
don't
that was a
know.
long time ago too.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm really I'm good friends with Rod Roddenberry, Gene Roddenberry's son.
Yeah.
And in fact, I just went to dinner with I think Mission Log. I get the podcast from Fuse, but I think John runs the Mission Log. I just went to dinner with him in Los Angeles like 2 weeks ago. The day after I lost my hat. And so yeah, and John is actually thinking about doing a commission piece for me. He wants to do 1984. So
Cool.
that will be my next piece is 1984. You guys get a little sneak peek. So yeah.
I think about these things and like, okay, well, you hear Trekkie and it's like, okay, well, and cosplay. So you wear a costume, you go to these things. And in my head as an outsider, it's like, okay, well, that's where it ends. You're an attendee.
No.
But you
I know.
seem to get like all the way into like
so we
like the deepest spot of every community somehow.
We did, yeah. So we actually made a Star Trek video game. It was called Star Trek Adversaries, and it was an amazing game. It was like Hearthstone meets Star Trek, and it was honestly freaking fantastic. Sadly, we were paying astronomically for the licensing, and I'm not allowed to really disclose much more, but long story short, the game went under and it was devastating. In fact, I think that's why I have a hard time now watching like Strange New Worlds and the other stuff, just because, you have a little bitterness in there because you've spent years of your life making something so epic that so many loved. And then, it was kind of crushed because of politics. So, but yeah, I also worked on Star Wars video game. In fact, Star Wars was one of my first video games, the Star Wars Connect. I actually got into video games via mocap. I was a mocap actor. Actually, that's not even how I started, but I started by working at the studio. And we had a lot of mocap actresses or actors like bail on us last minute because they're flaky. And I am a tiny person. I am not a model. But because we had so many cancellations, they actually rigged me. Like they made my body fit one of the rigs. And what they would have to do is they would just stretch my legs in the rigging system to make me like a normal size model. And so I did all the dance moves for the Star Wars Connect for like the Jabba's, like the Twi'leks. So like all those, like when you do that, like a lot of that's for me. And I also did like Dancing Donna. I did Grand Theft Auto 5, 6, one of those. And like I did the Lady of the Night walking for them. And we also did like some princess stuff. We filmed some Tony Hawk stuff in our studio here in Dallas for the Tony Hawk games. Just a bunch of stuff. And then that led me to, I used to work for Modus Digital, and then I went to Capture Dimensions, which is now in Frisco, Texas. And for them, I did more like TV and film. So we worked on like the Joker, Black Panther, Wonder Woman, Jack Ryan, other stuff. So just a bunch of craziness. So yeah.
Wow. Now, do you have like cast interaction?
Yeah.
In
So
that kind of role?
yeah. So especially for Captured, I work with the photogrammetry, so it's in the VFX department. And actually, one of my favorite stories, we were working on Joker, and I'm really bad with names, so I'm gonna get it wrong. It's not Danny DeVito, it's Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro was in that film, The Joker. He gets shot in that one. Yeah, Robert De Niro.
Nero.
Nope. It's
No.
nope. It's I'm really bad with names. It's my sister's last name. DeVito. Isn't it DeVito? It's De Niro. It's De Niro.
Oh my God. Now you have so many names in my head. I can't.
And that's how my head works all the time. Joker, Robert De Niro. It is. I was right. It's Robert De Niro. So Robert De Niro gave me his. I didn't. It is
The Joker.
Yeah.
Which Joker are we talking about?
The movie.
Like the actual. Okay. Yeah. Never mind.
Joker
I was
movie?
going back to Jack Nicholson in my head.
It's Robert De Niro.
Way too far back.
I was right.
Yeah.
I was right.
Okay.
But he gave me his script with all of his highlighted stuff, like, or not the whole script, but like that portion. And that's so rare. It's so rare to be gifted something like that. And it was just like this amazing moment. And I really, really appreciated my time on that set. And we also filmed like Halloween Day, and we were with Joaquin, and his brother had an accident on Halloween a few years ago and didn't make it, and so he was like super off that day, and he's like a really, really like method actor. So I don't even think I met him. I really just met like the Joker, and he was so creepy. He was like petting me and like dancing around me like in our trailer, and like just being like so like just so creepy. And I just remember being like so like I got chills, right? Like he was so in character that it was just so wild to me. I had never really seen like a method actor like that deep, so yeah, that was probably one of my favorites.
Did you ever do any acting yourself?
I was on Barney for like 2 seconds. He caught on fire, and this was in Las Colinas in Dallas. And fun fact, he cussed a lot, took off the hat, like the thing. He like got out of the suit really fast because one of the fans caught on fire, and it just like really like freaked me out, I guess. And my mom was like, "Oh, we're just done. We're done with acting. Like, like no, we're done." So we didn't really. I think I was on like an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger with my mom. You can see like the back of my head. I'm like not really actually like in it. You can see more of my mom. We were just extras there because we lived in Dallas, and Las Colinas is right here. And anyways, I was at a convention like years later, and we were in a hotel party, and I was hanging out with a bunch of my friends who do voice acting for Dragon Ball Z. And Josh was the, he's one of the voice actors for Dragon Ball Z. And someone was like, do the Barney voice. And so he did it. And I was like, dude, that's so accurate. And he was like, yeah, I used to be Barney. And I was like, what? And he was like talking to me, and I was like, dude, did you ever catch fire? And everyone in the like party started laughing. He was like, yeah, actually, one of the fans caught fire, and I did. And I was like, dude, you're the reason my mom pulled me out of acting as a kid. Like that terrified me, and we were just done. And he was like, shut up. And I was like, yes, dude. So yeah, that's my
Wow.
story. Yeah. I was on Screen Machines too. It's a TV show. I don't remember what year, maybe 15, 16 or 17. I don't know. And we rebuilt the Ecto 1, and very small thing, but that was kind of it. Oh, and Mr. Peppermint. If you're not from Dallas or Texas, probably don't know what that is, but that was also like a show that I did when I was very young.
Mr. Peppermint. Was
It's
that
weird.
like a local access kind of thing?
Yeah.
Do those type of channels still exist?
I don't think so. I know Mr. Peppermint's been off the air for like 100 years. If you look that up, you'll see how old I am.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yep. Mr. Peppermint. So
That's so funny.
yeah.
Yeah, public access TV. That's a wild one.
Yeah. Thanks, YouTube.
The Wayne's World days. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love Wayne's World. I also cosplayed as Garth.
Amazing.
Yep. Yeah, we used to do a radio show here in Dallas. fangirls, Dallas fangirls, and there were I think like 4 or 5 of us, and we would go to Deep Ellum at the local radio station down here, and we would talk about nerdy stuff on air for like I think we did it for like a year, and I had to quit after that, but yeah.
And you had a magazine at one point?
I did. Yeah. Samaze, Nerd Ninja, Samaze. It was originally Samaze, changed to Nerd Ninja. And that's why my email address is still at Nerd Ninja. I sold Nerd Ninja years ago, but I asked them if I could keep the email and they said yes. So it was awesome.
Wow. So and that's still around?
I have no idea. I sold the domain.
Okay.
So whatever it is now, I don't know.
Okay. So you sold the domain. You didn't sell it like the content to somebody else to continue or anything.
I don't think so. It might just be the old content, but I think they wanted the name for like something else actually. So I think if you go to like nerdninja.com, it might still just be like a really terrible like old site. I haven't been in 100 years. But yeah. But I know that they wanted it to do merchandising for something else. So yeah, it might still be up. I don't know.
That's a good pick. It's a great name.
It's a great name. Yeah.
Nerd Ninja. So what made you start that? Did you just want to do like, was it basically a fanzine kind of thing as much as those changed when the internet started to exist?
Right. Yeah. Well, the internet definitely existed. And I'm not that old.
No, you're probably too young to remember fanzines, right?
I actually don't know what you meant, but I assumed it was like fan.
No, fanzines back in the day it was mostly in like the punk scene and whatnot. It would be, you would write like articles and whatnot, and you would bring them in and copy all of the articles together on like the copy machine onto papers, fold them in half and staple the center.
Oh no, not
like
that
basement made magazines. Those things were incredible.
No, I think my dad did that for like the Dallas like Vegetarian Society. But no, we had computers when I was in college. And I was on the paper, the college paper, and like we just got free access to like anything and everything. And then when I graduated, I was like, ew, I have to pay for this. I'm not gonna pay for this. I've been going to free for this crap for years, and so I started doing that honestly to just get free access to things and to like do interviews with celebrities for free. Because why am I going to stand in line and pay for it when I can say that I'm with press and do it that way? Like, to me, it was like a no-brainer. So I did that. And then that's actually how I got into cosplay, is I would interview so many celebrities like at these things and put it on Nerd Ninja, and people started recognizing me around Dallas. And then I started getting invited to conventions as like a guest. And then it just kind of like turned into cosplay. And then I feel like I got stuck there for too long. You know what I mean?
Stuck in cosplay for too long?
I did. I really feel like that was a place that I got stuck in. I feel like I wasted a little too much of my life there for sure. But it's okay.
Yeah. Now, in that capacity or just across the board? Like, I'd imagine it would still be fun to do here and there just because you want to, right?
Maybe I'm just so burnt out on it, and I've seen such a dark side of it that I'm just kind of like, good, Yeah,
you can just stick to wings once in a while and be good with that.
Exactly. Yeah, I actually have 150 costumes that I am clearing out currently. I've sold like 25 in the last 2 weeks, so I'm very proud. Yeah.
Wow. Where is the market for that? Does cosplay have like?
I don't want to tell you where all the market is. It's weird. No, just kidding. I did have a couple of dudes come pick up some costumes, and I was like, "Is this for you or for your wife or your girl? I don't know what this is." I hear, "Thank you, goodbye."
Yeah, no, you don't want to know. Just don't ask the questions. Even if the answer is one that you'll like, you're better off not knowing.
I did ask. The guy said it was for his wife, and I was like, "Cool." And
all right.
then
Well,
I shut the door. I was like, Yeah.
Like, you're like, I'm the third woman you've ever met. It's not for your wife.
So yeah. I will keep a few. I'm gonna keep Slave Leia. She's a personal favorite. I'll keep a few others that I'm just like, maybe they'll come back out eventually. But a lot of it's just, it takes up so much space. And I really need that closet for Lego. like legit.
Yeah.
Legit. So, yeah.
Some of those costumes get pretty damn involved. I'd imagine they take up a fair amount of space, right?
My garage is housing my Warhammer 40K costume. That thing is so big and so dumb. I have like I think I have like $1,200 in that costume. And I'm just like, I don't want to just throw it away, but I also really want to park my car in my garage. So like,
Yeah. That's going to be a really tiny market for something like that.
Oh, I know. And they have to fit me. Like they have to be my size. And that's the hard part too. Cause like, and a lot of my clothes I just like either glued together or like it's not quality, like I made it look good because that's what cosplayers do, but like it's really just trash that we glue together and hope for the best. So, and as I'm cleaning it out, like some of it has like dry rot because it was 8 years ago. So like my Rogue costume, like she died. I was like, that one hurt. That one was sad. But yeah, I just sold my Gambit leather jacket like 2 days ago. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, well, now somebody else gets to have the fun,
There
ideally,
you go.
right?
Again, like the camel came and then their camel danced and then having danced walked away. So yeah.
Well, I think at that point, I think we've now come completely full circle.
We did. We started with the camel,
back to the camel.
And that's a perfect ending place with the camel.
Yep. I think so. Yeah. I can't thank you enough for hanging out tonight. This has been a blast. I've had a great time.
Thank you so much for having me and listening to my weird stories. Thanks, man. I feel like I didn't get to learn too much about you, but I guess I can go on YouTube and learn more there.
You will learn very, very little because the advantage of hosting a show is I don't need to talk a lot. That's how I survive on YouTube. I say very little.
I love it. Well, thank you for having me, Ken. This was awesome. And thank you, chat. Thank you for my book club girlies who came by and chat. You guys are awesome. And I will see y'all tomorrow for sorting. So
awesome. All right. Yes. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out tonight. Next week, Digging for Bricks is on. He's a pretty solid mock builder. Check him out on Instagram and TikTok. And until next week, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Krystle.
Thank you.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.